Ah, the ultimate creamy red lentil soup you'll crave every season. There are some recipes that comfort the soul instantly, the kind that warm you from the inside out while still nourishing your body. Creamy red lentil soup is one of those timeless dishes. Silky without the need for cream, filling without being heavy, and packed with protein and fiber, this Mediterranean-inspired one-pot wonder deserves a place in every kitchen. Whether you're after a quick weeknight meal, a hearty vegetarian dinner, or a bowl that delivers both coziness and nutrition, this soup will keep you coming back for seconds. This isn't just another lentil soup. It's a creamy, flavor-packed, plant-based classic that you can make in under 30 minutes. With its earthy spices, bright lemon finish, and satisfying texture, it's really the perfect blend of comfort and wellness in a bowl. Unlike other varieties, red lentils break down quickly as they cook, creating a naturally creamy texture without the need for dairy or heavy thickeners. This makes them perfect for soups that need body and richness while still remaining light and wholesome. And, they're also an incredible source of plant-based protein, offering about 20 grams per serving. And, they're rich in dietary fiber, keeping you full and energized long after the last spoonful. Another advantage is their cooking time. Red lentils don't require soaking. Just rinse them, toss them into the pot, and they're ready in 15 to 20 minutes. That means you can create a protein-rich, deeply satisfying meal in less time than it takes to order takeout. Every good soup begins with a base of vegetables and aromatics, and this one is no exception. Onions, carrots, celery, and garlic form the backbone, creating a savory depth that balances the earthiness of the lentils. When sautéed in extra virgin olive oil, these vegetables release their natural sweetness and richness, enhancing the overall flavor in a delightful way. What really takes this base up a notch is the combination of ground cumin and tomato paste. The cumin adds warmth and earthiness, while the tomato paste deepens the umami and thickens the broth just a tad. Together, they create a Mediterranean-inspired flavor profile that elevates the dish far beyond your average lentil soup. While the lentils themselves create a silky base, the addition of potatoes makes this soup exceptionally smooth once blended. Their starchiness integrates seamlessly, giving body and creaminess without cream. For those looking to experiment, cauliflower or butternut squash can also be used for a lighter variation, but the potato version remains the gold standard for texture. Let's break down how to achieve the perfect bowl. This recipe serves 4 to 6 people generously. Start by preparing your aromatics. Pulse the onion, carrot, celery, and garlic in a food processor until finely chopped. If you don't have a processor, hand chopping works just as well. Heat the olive oil in a large soup pot over medium heat. Add the vegetables and sauté for about 4 minutes, stirring frequently until they begin to soften. Stir in the ground cumin and tomato paste, letting them cook for another minute to release their aroma and flavor. Alright, now go ahead and add the diced potatoes, the vegetable broth, and those rinsed red lentils. Season it all with a good pinch of salt and pepper. Bring the mixture up to a gentle simmer and let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, giving it a stir now and then until the lentils have broken down and the potatoes are nice and fork tender. Once everything's cooked through, blend the soup using an immersion blender until it's smooth. But hey, if you like a more rustic texture, you can just blend about half the mixture and leave some hearty chunks in there. Or, if you prefer, let it cool off a bit and blend it in batches using a standing blender. Now, taste and adjust the seasoning, and if the soup's a little thick, just thin it out with some extra broth. Serve it up hot and finish each bowl with a squeeze of lemon juice and a sprinkle of fresh parsley. And for an extra layer of flavor, try drizzling on a bit of chili oil or dusting with smoked paprika. Enjoy! You know, one of the secrets to nailing this dish is rinsing the lentils thoroughly before cooking. This step, it removes excess starch and ensures a cleaner, smoother finish. And, cutting potatoes into small pieces really speeds up the cooking process and makes blending a whole lot easier. Stir the soup as it simmers to prevent lentils from sticking to the bottom, and don't skip the tomato paste. It's a small addition that transforms the flavor entirely. If you like your soup on the thicker side, let it cook down slightly. For a lighter texture, simply add more broth after blending. The lemon juice at the end is essential. It brightens up the earthy flavors, balancing richness with freshness. While the classic recipe is unbeatable, there's room to get creative. For a smoky twist, add a teaspoon of smoked paprika. For heat, stir in a spoonful of harissa or chili flakes. Vegetarians and vegans can keep the recipe as is, while meat eaters might enjoy replacing vegetable broth with chicken broth for a different depth of flavor. Fresh herbs like dill, mint, or cilantro can replace parsley to bring a unique finish. And serving the soup alongside crusty bread transforms it into a complete, satisfying meal. One of the beauties of this soup is how well it keeps. Store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 4 days and reheat gently on the stove. It also freezes beautifully. Just portion it out into those freezer-safe containers and you can store it for up to 3 months. When you're ready to enjoy, simply thaw it overnight in the fridge and reheat with a splash of broth or water. That'll revive its silky texture just perfectly. You know, this recipe is more than just a weeknight dinner. It's a wholesome, budget-friendly staple. It really proves that plant-based cooking can be both simple and indulgent. And here's the kicker. It's high in protein, loaded with fiber, and naturally gluten-free. That makes it accessible to nearly every dietary preference out there. It also embodies the Mediterranean spirit of cooking, using humble ingredients, building layers of flavor, and finishing with freshness that makes every bite come alive. Isn't that just wonderful? Creamy red lentil soup is more than just food. It's comfort, nourishment, and heritage all in one bowl. You know, it really brings together the richness of tradition with the ease of modern cooking, showing us that healthy meals don't need to be complicated to be deeply satisfying. Whether you're cooking for yourself, your family, or guests, this one-pot wonder will always deliver. If you enjoyed this recipe and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Global Culinary Heritage and share this with friends and family who love hearty, nourishing meals. Together, we'll continue exploring the flavors that bring people closer, one recipe at a time.